From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Monday morning. Hope everyone out there had a fantastic weekend. Here are the weather stories as we move forward into the week. Valley frost going to be possible again for tonight and Tuesday night. Wet weather returning again for the weekend, Friday and beyond. Not just a wet storm system, maybe it could be a little bit of a wintry storm system as well. Snowfall will be possible for our mountain passes. High temperatures staying in the 50s and 60s through Saturday for lower elevations. Could be a little bit cooler by Sunday. Right now, visibility not looking too good for Oregon 204 or for Interstate 90. So if you're commuting on either of those roadways, of course, take it slow and use the low beams. Wind gusts are still out of the south and west this morning for the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills, but we're expecting these to calm down throughout the course of this morning, throughout the course of the day. Right now, temperatures mostly in the 30s and 40s, so all of us need some sort of jacket as you're headed out the front door. Your day planner forecast for this Monday for lower elevations, 40s and 50s around the time for lunchtime, and then 50s and 60s for the warmest part of the day. Temperatures staying steady, but again, a little cool down for this weekend as rain chances go way up. We'll talk about both those things coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a national movement made its way to the Tri-Cities this weekend, drawing crowds and conversation. We have why demonstrators say they're defending democracy and what critics are saying about the protests. And distracted driving leads to chaos on the roads in Findlay over the weekend. 2 vehicles collided, blocking traffic and sending 2 people to the hospital. We've got the full story of what happened and what deputies want you to know. And Kennewick's newest hangout isn't for humans, it's for dogs. The Columbia River Dog Park opened this past Saturday with plenty of wagging tails. Our crews were there and will take you inside the Halloween extravaganza. It's all in Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, October 20th. We're going to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off with a crime alert. This one out of Benton County, where extra patrols kept deputies busy this past Saturday night. So if you take a look at your screen, Benton County officers were out running traffic stops and keeping an eye on the roads. Now, shortly after 3 in the morning, deputies pulled over a driver and arrested them on suspicion of DUI. No other details have been released at this time, but authorities say the investigation is ongoing. And 2 people are behind bars after a road rage incident that started with a minor fender bender in Moses Lake. Police say it all began Thursday evening when a driver left the scene of a minor crash in a parking lot. This prompted the victim to follow them and flag them down. And that's when things escalated. Officers say the suspect and a passenger allegedly confronted the victim with a firearm before the victim ran away. Police later tracked the pair to a home on Lakeshore Drive, where the tactical response team helped make the arrest without further incident. Both suspects are now in jail facing multiple charges. That includes first-degree assault, felony harassment, and hit and run. Investigators say the case is still ongoing. Also over the roadways this weekend, Benton County deputies were called to the scene of a 2-vehicle collision near the intersection of Bowles Road and Carlson Road. Officials say the crash occurred due to inattention and distracted driving, which caused both cars to collide and block the roadway. Emergency responders quickly arrived on scene to assess the situation. The driver found to be at fault was issued a violation and citation. 2 individuals involved in the crash were transported to a nearby hospital for observation and treatment. Authorities report that the injuries sustained were minor and no life-threatening conditions were reported. Sheriff's deputies remind drivers to remain attentive behind the wheel and avoid distractions. They emphasize the dangers of distracted driving and the importance of following traffic laws to prevent incidents like this from occurring. And firefighters in Kittitas Valley rescued 2 dogs from a house fire on Alford Road north of Ellensburg Friday morning. Officials say closed doors inside the home helped slow the spread of the fire, allowing the dogs to be saved. Now, when crews arrived, the fire was burning underneath the house. It prompted an hours-long response. Firefighters provided first aid to the 2 dogs and transported them to a nearby veterinarian hospital. Both animals are reported to be in good condition. And officials remind homeowners to keep doors closed inside their homes to slow the spread of fire and to check heating appliances and clean chimneys as temperatures drop this fall. Now to a follow-up on the No Kings protest over the weekend, which a large group of demonstrators gathered along Columbia Center Boulevard. The event was part of a nationwide movement called the No Kings Protest 2.0. This drew participants across the country, and here in the Tri-Cities, the local event was organized by Indivisible Tri-Cities, marking the second time the group has hosted a protest under this name. We spoke with the group's founder, Lauren Malone, who shared more about the goals behind the demonstration.
It's all about defending our democracy, and we've seen that our democracy right now is under threat. When there's not a balance of power, when there are checks and balances, then one person makes a decision, and that's what happens when a king is around. So we're here to say we want our democracy, we want our freedom, we want our elected representatives to go to the Capitol and work.
The protests were peaceful, and organizers say they plan to continue raising awareness through civic engagement. Critics, however, argue the events are politically motivated and risk deepening divisions. The president, speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, responded to the protests, saying he respects Americans' right to demonstrate but disagrees with their message. He went on to dismiss the protests as a joke, saying those who participated are not representative of this country. Now to your voice, your vote. Yakima County commissioners are asking residents to have their say this November 4th. Proposition 1 will appear on many ballots, a measure pushed by the commissioners themselves. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia explains what this could mean for cannabis sales and growing in unincorporated areas of Yakima County.
This is the third time voters in Yakima County are weighing in on retail cannabis. Previous advisory votes kept bans in place on both retail sales and large-scale growing in unincorporated areas.
This is a third opportunity for the public to weigh in and provide insight to the current Board of Commissioners as to whether they would like to retain the ban on retail sales in unincorporated Yakima County and growing of marijuana in unincorporated Yakima County.
So what counts as unincorporated areas?
Anything outside of city limits, Terrace Heights is a perfect example in the major metropolitan city of Yakima. So the city limits of Yakima do not go and extend far beyond the highway. So Terrace Heights is a very large residential area that is part of unincorporated Yakima County.
Here's what your vote means. A yes vote keeps the ban on retail cannabis sales and large-scale growing. A no vote would allow more cannabis shops and large-scale cultivation across the county.
So a no vote means that you would like to see more retail cannabis shops all over Yakima County, as well as you would like to see cannabis grown in large scale.
It's important to remember this is an advisory vote. The Board of Commissioners will have clear guidance from voters, but they aren't legally required to act on it. McKenney says that while she personally opposes lifting the ban, she will respect the voters' decision. Reporting in Yakima, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And remember, you have until 8 p.m. on November 4th to drop off your ballot. Looking to local living now, the Columbia River Dog Park in Kennewick officially opened this past Saturday. The dogs were unleashed, literally. So starting with a ribbon-cutting ceremony, pups all shapes and sizes took to the over 3-acre space of green grass, and getting into the Halloween spirit early, a dog costume contest was held. Several tents were set up that were serving food, both for dogs and humans, and pet training services as well.
The love of the four-legged family member just opens up so many channels of communications. And then people talk about stuff like, what do I feed them? What's your best vet, for example, or, that kind of stuff. So it allows people to interact in a very positive way. And the dogs support that kind of thing.
The dog park is on the Columbia Park Trail just east of the Playground of Dreams, and hours for the park are from sunrise to sunset. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, new security questions swirl around President Trump after a suspicious hunting hideout was found near Air Force One. We're breaking down what precautions he took in response. It's all coming up in your national headlines. But first, our chief meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models.
See your Inland Empire GMC dealers.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Lung disease is very difficult to live with in many ways, and our goal here is to truly live the mission of Good Shepherd, which is patients first, always. Our pulmonology and sleep medicine team is here for you. We're here to provide you world-class care. Please contact us and come to see us. It will be our privilege to serve you.
Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Whirl through your to-do list by shopping at Fred's Appliance. We have truckload savings on all Whirlpool appliances, from top-of-the-line fridges to the famous cleaning power of washers and dryers. Like this washer and dryer set. Enjoy everyday low prices at Fred's Appliance. Swing into Fred's Appliance. We're local, like you.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads.
Plus, the local expertise to connect you with new customers. Wherever your market is, we'll get results to build your business. Phase 3 Digital. Contact us today.
This morning on GMA, Bruce, Jeremy, and George, just days before the release of the movie everyone's talking about.
It can't have been easy playing Bruce Springsteen with Bruce Springsteen sitting on set.
I felt a little bad about that.
This morning on Good Morning America.
Kraken, Flyers. Coverage begins at 4 today on MeTV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll talk about the frost potential for the valleys here in just a second, but first wanted to talk about your coatcast for this Monday in the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket weather for this morning, and then by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock should be light jacket weather, which we're going to maintain throughout the day. So high temperature is going to end up in the 50s and 60s for lower elevations. A lot of sunshine, another beautiful fall day on tap. High temperatures staying in this territory through Saturday, a little bit cooler after that, but we'll show you the 7-day forecast high trend for the Tri-Cities. You see low to mid 60s, very normal stuff through Saturday. Then that little dip in temperatures for Sunday, about 5 degrees cooler than normal at this point, so we'll have a hard time making it out of the 50s. Now on to the frost potential for tonight and tomorrow night for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. Not as cold as some of the nights we had last week, but again, that magic number is 32 degrees. So that's what we look for, and it's going to be around 32 in both the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys. I'd say there's probably going to be a better potential for frost in the Kittitas Valley as opposed to the Yakima Valley. So that's for Monday night. Tuesday night, once again, right around 32 for the Kittitas Valley, and then getting pretty close to that threshold in the lower Columbia Basin as well. We'll keep a very close eye on that. And then overnight low is going to trend warmer, thankfully, for Wednesday and Thursday, but starting to cool off again. And by the time we get to this weekend, maybe we'll track that potential for frost again for some of our lower elevations. But for the weekend, I think probably the biggest story is going to be the rainfall chances we'll have, and then maybe even some snow for our mountain passes. I'll talk about both those aspects of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Taking a look at your national headlines this morning, where we're learning President Trump reportedly took new security precautions overnight. The new security measures come after the Secret Service found something suspicious in a tree near the airport that Trump uses in Florida. ABC's Mola Lenghi has the details.
This morning, new security questions surrounding President Trump after the Secret Service found this so-called hunting stand with a direct line of sight to Air Force One. The hunting hideout was found next to Palm Beach International Airport just before President Trump arrived Friday. FBI Director Kash Patel saying the agency has since taken the investigatory lead, flying in resources to collect all evidence from the scene and deploying our cell phone analytics capabilities. President Trump reportedly took extra precautions, leaving Florida last night. Fox News citing a White House official saying Trump walked more quickly onto Air Force One, using a smaller staircase instead of the larger ramp he typically uses. This comes after 2 assassination attempts against the president last year. Just weeks ago, Ryan Ruth was found guilty of one of those attempts. Secret Service agents say they found him hiding in the bushes at Trump's West Palm Beach golf course, armed with an assault rifle. Meanwhile, over the weekend, a different kind of security scare across the country as Vice President J.D. Vance traveled to Camp Pendleton in Southern California for an event celebrating the Marines' 250th anniversary. During a live fire exercise, an artillery round prematurely detonated over the busy I-5 freeway, damaging a California Highway Patrol vehicle with flying shrapnel. Governor Gavin Newsom posting this image on social media with the caption, "Next time, the Vice President and the White House shouldn't be so reckless with people's lives for their vanity projects."
Now, nobody was hurt, but police recommend a review of communications between government agencies, and we will continue to follow the investigation and bring you updates as they become available. Now, keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking this week. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast in just a few minutes.
Getting the home of your dreams is easy. During the final days of the home makeover sale at Furniture Row, find great deals on sofas, bedrooms, and dining groups. Or get 60 months no-interest financing. The home makeover sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models.
See your community Chevy dealers.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off on a new Daikin Fit system, plus free thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Getting the home of your dreams is easy. During the final days of the home makeover sale at Furniture Row, find great deals on sofas, bedrooms, and dining groups. Or get 60 months no-interest financing. The home makeover sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Bucks Lions, 4 p.m. start Monday Night Football today on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll talk about the rain chances for this weekend in just a second, but first for today, another lovely day for lower elevations, mostly sunny skies, and high temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s, so a lot of the same stuff we were seeing for last week. But rain chances going to return for Friday and beyond. So let's go ahead and show that to you with our 7-day precip chances. Look, nothing in the forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's pretty much going to be the exact same forecast. Maybe some more clouds building for Thursday ahead of this. We'll have rain chances likely in the Yakima Valley, 60 to 70% chances for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This has all the makings of an atmospheric river. So let's go ahead and show you some of the rainfall totals we're expecting for Friday through Sunday. Look at this, 3 to 3.5 inches of rainfall. Now, some of this will be melted snowfall as well, but 3 to 3.5 inches of liquid water up in the Cascades. That will be very beneficial. Watch this very closely for a localized flooding potential, but even look at some of the rainfall totals we can maybe have for lower elevations. 0.3 to 0.5 inches for the valleys, around 0.3 for the lower Columbia Basin, 0.4 to 0.7 for the Blue Foothills, and then over an inch for the Blue Mountains. Now, keep in mind, this is still 5 to 7 days out. These numbers will change, but early indications are that the Cascades are going to get blasted with rainfall. Maybe even a little bit of snowfall as well for Saturday and Sunday as those snow levels come down. Some of the colder air starting to get ushered in. So this would, again, be for Saturday and Sunday, 6 to 7 days out. So this is subject to change, but early indications, 5 to 6 inches of snow. I have a feeling that these numbers will change. So if you have plans to travel over the weekend, over the mountain passes, especially over the Cascades, if you're planning to go to the west side, I would keep a very close eye on this forecast. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny with low to mid 60s through Friday, rain likely Friday through Sunday. And Yakima dry for most of the week, but the pattern turns much wetter for Friday and into the weekend. For Ellensburg, a run of mostly sunny skies and 59s through Thursday, then cooler and wetter Friday and beyond. For Hermiston, perfect fall weather for most of this week, then rain likely Friday through Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, a dry and mild pattern through Thursday, then a pattern flip for Friday and beyond.
Okay, it's kind of another week of a little bit of everything in there. Got some showers, got 60 degrees. It's not, 70s, but.
And it's another weekend where the first half of the week is dry, and then into the weekend.
I know.
Once again, these storm systems, they time out. It's just Murphy's Law sometimes.
Is there a chance of it changing?
No.
No? Okay.
Not at this point.
All right, keep it here because coming up next, get ready for a scare this Halloween. Black Phone 2 is dominating the box office while Hollywood rolls out the red carpet for award season and new films. More details coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand, right now you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
Wheel of Fortune Live, America's game show, comes to your hometown in this thrilling live theatrical experience. Contestants are randomly selected from the audience to solve puzzles and win big. Live at Legends Event Center, Saturday, November 15th and Sunday, November 16th. Don't miss your chance to spin it to win it. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and at the Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Wheel of Fortune Live.
Family medicine provider Mariana Guerrero Sanchez is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic. She provides wellness exams, preventative health care, well child checks, women's health, chronic care management, cancer screenings, and more. Se habla español. To schedule an appointment with Mariana, call the Grandview Clinic at 509-203-1080 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
This newscast sponsored by Shriners Children's Spokane.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Looking at your entertainment news, with less than 2 weeks until Halloween and moviegoers are clearly looking for a thrill, Universal's horror sequel Black Phone 2 topped the box office this weekend, bringing in an estimated $26 million.
Meanwhile, Hollywood had its own star-studded weekend with gala events, red carpets, and film premieres, giving a glimpse of what's ahead for award season. So with a look at what's happening in Hollywood, here's Allison Kosick with the latest.
What happened in that basement really changed it.
With less than 2 weeks until Halloween, moviegoers seem to be looking for something scary. Universal's horror sequel, Black Phone 2, earned an estimated $26 million at the domestic box office in its opening weekend to earn the top spot.
So much talk of AI and big tech today.
Tron Ares brought in just over $11 million, marking a steep 66% decline at the box office in its second weekend. The sci-fi sequel is produced by Disney, the parent company of ABC News.
I'm an angel. I'm here to save you.
What? R-rated comedy Good Fortune opened in third place in its opening weekend with just $6.2 million. Some of Hollywood's biggest names turned out for the 5th Annual Academy Museum of Motion Pictures Gala. The star-studded event serves as a fundraiser for the museum, as well as the unofficial kickoff to Hollywood's award season. Among this year's honorees, Penelope Cruz received the Icon Award, comedian Bowen Yang the Vantage Award, and Academy Award-winning musician Bruce Springsteen accepted the inaugural Legacy Award. Angelina Jolie walked the red carpet at the Rome Film Festival over the weekend to present her new movie, Couture. The film, set against the seemingly light backdrop of Paris Fashion Week, follows the complex stories of 3 women from very different backgrounds. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
Have you ever heard of Black Phone?
No.
Same. I was like, when did Black Phone 1 come out?
Yeah,
Black
but
Phone 2?
I have seen the trailer on Hulu. It looks kind of good.
Yeah, it does. I like scary movies, so we'll have to check it out. All right, keep it here because coming up next, Hermiston City Council is weighing options to fill a vacant public defender position that's left the court system struggling for months. We have the move officials are now considering. Plus, nearly 70 years old, Christ the King Catholic School in Richland is still shaping young minds and teaching the value of giving back. We'll take a deep dive into the efforts that are making a huge impact on the community. It's all coming up in our next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the new evidence of the dangers of lithium-ion batteries on airplanes, one of them bursting into flames during this Air China flight, forcing it to make an emergency landing. Smoke and flames, as you can see, pouring out of the overhead bin until crew members were finally able to put it out. Fortunately, no one was hurt. One company now wants to put a camera in your toilet bowl. Kohler is taking pre-orders for a $600 toilet cam. The device will do some analysis to provide data on things like gut health and hydration. There's a fingerprint sensor to identify the user. Finally, Resident Evil is considered the pinnacle of horror games, where you battle zombies and other creatures. Players have long called for a remake of Resident Evil 0. Now, it's reportedly in the works. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
I'm your old wiring. And while you're obsessing over Polar Whisper and White Delight, well, you're forgetting what's hiding behind your wall.
And if you don't have the right insurance, well, paying for all this could burn through your savings. Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu hangover in the morning. Now he uses Mucinex Nighttime to sleep like he's not sick. It relieves your symptoms to help you get to sleep and won't ruin your morning, so you're ready to go. Mucinex Nighttime Symptom Relief. Sleep like you're not sick.
Who said fiber can't be tasty? Juicy raisins, perfectly sweet, wholesome wheat, delicious real strawberries with fiber from whole grains. Kellogg's, the fiber you need with the taste you love.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, it's been chilly. It's not really going anywhere.
It doesn't look like it.
And then we got some rain in the forecast coming up later this week.
Yes. What's something about this forecast you like?
I like 60s.
60s, good.
Yeah.
We can work with that. We will have 60s, a lot of 60s in the forecast, actually. Okay, here are the big weather stories moving forward. Valley frost going to be possible again tonight and tomorrow night. Wet weather going to return for Friday and beyond. Not just a wet storm system, but it could be a little bit wintry for mountain passes. So we'll definitely have a lot more to say about that later in the show. And high temperatures staying in the 50s and Jessica's favorite, the 60s through Saturday. But after that, it does trend a little bit cooler. Okay, visibility is looking lousy right now for Oregon 204 and for Interstate 90. So if you're taking either of those commutes this morning, just take it slow and use the low beams if you do run into one of those thicker patches of fog. Okay, temperatures, not temperatures yet, wind gusts coming out of the south and west, gusting anywhere between, I'd say, 15 to 20 miles per hour for the basin. And for the foothills, looks like these are going to calm down throughout the course of the rest of the morning and turn the rest of the day. Temperatures 30s and 40s across the map. All of us need some sort of jacket as you're headed out the front door. Your hourly forecast for this Monday in the Tri-Cities, a lot of sunshine, will be in the mid-50s around lunchtime, but the low 60s for the warmest part of the day. So bouncing between, I'd say, 55 to 65 for lower elevations for today. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Monday forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting this half hour of news in Oregon, where the Hermiston City Council is looking at two options to address staffing shortages in the city's municipal court. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz has the details, including how one option could impact other city services.
The city of Hermiston has been without its main public defender since February. Now the city council is discussing two different options that could help fix that problem. Hermiston has struggled for months to fill the public defender position, creating challenges in the court system. A public defender can only handle one client per case, making it difficult when there are multiple defendants. To address the shortage, the city council is considering two different options, one of which would cost extra money.
We know that the amount that we've been paying for public defenders has been significantly below what the state has been able to pay. And so one of the other options is, well, if we want to increase, the likelihood that we get a public defender, then let's make the pay commensurate with what it would be through the state.
Morgan says this option wouldn't increase overall spending, but would require $250,000 in cuts elsewhere in the city budget. While it's not yet clear which areas would be affected, the council plans to discuss the idea next month. And the second option would send low-level misdemeanor cases to Umatilla County.
We recognize that this is a challenge for everybody, and so one of our solutions, unfortunately, would put a burden on the county. So they would have to be looking at all these misdemeanors coming into circuit court.
Umatilla County doesn't have extra public defenders, but Hermiston is one of only two cities in the county with its own courthouse, which means city taxpayers have an added burden other parts of the county don't face. The city council was recommended to consider this solution, but members say they want more details on both options before making a decision.
This is a tough decision, and so before they make a decision, they'd like to know more specifically, well, what could be cut if we were to go that route. So that's what we're going to be working on here over the next month or so.
In Hermiston, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Caleb. Now, the next Hermiston City Council meeting will take place on October 27th. 5:34, and making a difference now, while many schools throughout the Tri-Cities incorporate community service into their curriculum, one local school in Richland makes it a central focus. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with school officials at Christ the King about how service is shaping their students.
Christ the King Catholic School has been a staple in Richland for nearly 70 years. The preschool through 8th grade school, which was once taught almost entirely by Catholic nuns, is one of the oldest in the Tri-Cities. And even after all these years, school leaders say much of it still looks and even feels the same.
The joke we like to say is that most of the elementary and middle schools in the area have had 2 or 3 iterations, but it's still the same Christ the King from 70 years ago. We have a lot of alumni who come in and the floor tiles are the same and it still smells the same. So we have a deep history and legacy here within Tri-Cities.
But no matter how much time has passed, service remains at the heart of what Christ the King does, teaching students the value of giving back to their community.
All of the students participate in service projects. Each of the classes do. So we have a group called the Mini Vinnies, so they work with our St. Vincent de Paul, and we have individual service projects for each of the classrooms.
One such project helps collect diapers for a local charity to help get young families back on their feet.
2nd grade right now is collecting diapers for a diaper drive for the Prepares program, which is a program through Catholic Charities that helps young families to get on their feet.
The school's middle schoolers also hold an annual canned food drive where students collect more than 10,000 cans, but officials say that they are open to all kinds of different projects.
School officials at Christ the King tell me that these projects are fundamental for students both in their personal and academic growth, as well as students' continual pursuit of being lifelong learners.
We want our kids to grow up, our students to grow up and understand that they are part of a wider community, and in order to make a community a beautiful place to be, it requires more of them than just showing up. It requires that they show up with a good attitude.
Christ the King continues to focus on teaching the next generation to be good people and good stewards of the community. In Richland, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And Christ the King holds several fundraisers throughout the year, including the popular Sausage Fest, which has been running since 1977. And keep it here, because coming up next, every parent wants their baby to sleep safely and comfortably. And in Consumer Reports today, they're offering advice for parents on how to make bedtime both cozy and safe.
A marquee Monday night doubleheader. Feeling an explosive battle. Unbelievable. And seismic in Seattle. Feeling Bucks Lions at 7 on ABC and ESPN, and Texans Seahawks at 10 on ESPN.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, and try our pumpkin archery. Get creative with pumpkin painting, play laser tag, and enjoy our U-Pick flower fields. Make fall memories at Queensgate Gardens in Richland.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days, and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $279 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
My newest munchie meal is a real monster. 2 terrifyingly huge monster tacos, a monster mozzarella stick, curly fries, nuggets, and a color-changing cup. You can run, but, oh, come on, Stan. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
Whose moves will be the most popular?
And who's dancing for good? It's Wicked Night.
Spellbinding. So hot, I am melting.
Wicked Night on Dancing with the Stars, live ABC Tuesday.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a gorgeous fall day out there. A little bit breezy for some spots, including in the Kittitas Valley, where we'll have highs in the mid-50s, low 60s for the Yakima Valley. Light winds here, plenty of sunshine. Then for the basin, some gusts out of the south and west between 20 to 25 miles per hour. Low to mid-60s for the most part. Could have some upper 50s down towards Boardman. Then we'll mostly be around 60 for the foothills, and then 40s and 50s for the Blue Mountains, and a little bit breezy for the foothills as well. Okay, high temperature is going to stay in this range at least through Saturday, then a little bit cooler by the time we get to Sunday. So in Yakima, low 60s through Thursday, upper 50s for Friday, and then mid 50s for Saturday and Sunday. And in the Kittitas Valley, maybe we could be down into the 40s for Saturday and Sunday. That's still about a week in advance, so those numbers are going to adjust. For tonight and tomorrow night, could have some frost possible in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, especially in the Kittitas Valley, though. So for tonight, around 32 degrees for both of the valleys. That's the magic number. And then for Tuesday night, you see, even in the Tri-Cities, getting pretty close to that number. But again, the best chance is going to be in the Kittitas Valley, so you'll have to take those steps to protect the outdoor pets, plants, and the plumbing. Overnight low is going to go up for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night, but then starting to trend close, if not below, that freezing threshold as we head into the weekend. But the much bigger story for the weekend going to be the rain chances going up. Also, we have some snow for mountain passes, so I'll talk about both those aspects of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. It's now time for your Consumer Report. October is SIDS Awareness Month, an urgent reminder for parents and caregivers that the wrong sleep setup can put babies in danger. Consumer Reports has found that some infant products marketed for sleep can actually increase the risk of injury, suffocation, or even sleep-related death. But there are simple ways to keep babies safe and comfortable throughout the night.
Even though this is her second baby, Montserrat Vargas still worries about sudden infant death syndrome and makes sure her 3-month-old baby is safe in his bassinet.
He's always swaddled. There is nothing around him. No pillows, no toys, no blankets.
Inside the crib, less is always safer. No bumpers, no stuffed toys, and no pillows. Mobiles are fine if they're securely fastened, out of reach, and free of small parts. Skip the blankets and weighted products as they can increase the risk of suffocation.
A swaddle can really help a newborn feel secure and sleep better. The key is making sure it's non-weighted and stop swaddling them when they begin to try to roll over, typically around 2 to 4 months old.
For older babies, a non-weighted wearable blanket or sleep sack keeps them warm without danger. Bed sharing can be tempting. However, the American Academy of Pediatrics advises against bed sharing, even for naps. Keeping your baby's crib or bassinet in your room is the safer option. It can actually reduce the risk of sudden infant death syndrome by as much as 50%. And while nursing pillows are helpful for feedings, they should never be used for sleep.
Over 150 babies died in incidents involving nursing pillows between 2010 and 2022, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. It's important to buy the right kind of nursing pillow and to not ever use one for infant sleep.
The same goes for inclined sleepers. They were banned in 2022 after being linked to infant deaths. A flat, firm crib or bassinet is the only safe place for a sleeping baby. But CR found that not all bassinets are truly flat.
Sierra's safety test found that the popular Halo Bassinest Flex portable bassinet, which uses a cantilevered structure, tends to tilt to one side instead of staying flat, confirming reports from parents and online reviews.
CR's testers evaluate bassinets for safety, convenience, and ease of assembly. This is Luz Plasencia.
And you can put your baby in a bouncer for supervised play, but experts say that if your baby starts to doze off, always transfer them to a flat crib or bassinet. Same thing goes if they fall asleep in a car seat. Keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all on the other side of the break.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off on a new Daikin Fit system, plus free thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads.
Plus, the local expertise to connect you with new customers. Wherever your market is, we'll get results to build your business. Phase 3 Digital. Contact us today.
This week is the perfect time to upgrade your home at Walker's Furniture.
We're doubling the savings on beautiful new sofa and love seat combinations, stylish new bedroom sets, and the best selection of top name brand mattress sets.
It's all on sale this week, and you can multiply your savings with a sales tax discount or take advantage of 5 years no-interest financing with no money down and no minimum purchase required.
Get it today and pay over time.
This week at Walker's Furniture.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, click on Volunteers Count under the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll talk about the rain and the snow chances for this weekend in just a second. It's not snow chances for lower elevations, so don't get your hopes up. But plenty of sunshine for today, beautiful fall day, and we will have temperatures in the 50s and 60s, so very similar to a lot of the weather we saw for a lot of last week. But yes, rain chances do return just in time for the weekend once again, so I know people probably aren't too happy with that, but the rainfall will be beneficial, so you should be happy about that aspect of it. Okay, the forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday pretty much going to be the same as what we're having for today. Maybe a few more clouds on Thursday in anticipation for this. We'll have some ample chances for rainfall for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's go ahead and show you some of the rainfall totals we're thinking we could see for Friday through Sunday. Now, this is subject to change as it is 5 to 7 days out, but we're thinking the Cascades could get blasted with moisture, around 3 to 3.5 inches of rainfall. Some of this would be melted snowfall as well. We'll watch this very closely for the potential of some localized flooding and excess runoff, but even look at the totals we can see for lower elevations, 0.3 to 0.5 for the valleys, 0.3 for the basin, 0.4 to 0.7 for the foothills, over an inch of rainfall for the blues. So again, 5 to 7 days out, subject to change, but that would all be very beneficial stuff. Okay, now into Saturday and Sunday, snow level is going to be dropping down, so we could see some snow for our mountain passes. It looks like the Cascades are definitely going to see the most snow between the two mountain ranges. We're thinking for now 5 to 6 inches for the Cascade passes, 1 to 3 inches for Blue Mountain passes, but I got to say this for the umpteenth time. This is 6 to 7 days out. This is subject to change, but if you have plans to travel over to the west side this weekend, I would have vested interest in this forecast if I were you. Hey, it'd be a great time to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app as well. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny with low to mid-60s through Friday. Rain likely Friday through Sunday. In Yakima, dry for most of the week, but the pattern turns much wetter for Friday and into the weekend. In Ellensburg, a run of mostly sunny skies and 59s through Thursday, then cooler and wetter Friday and beyond. For Hermiston, perfect fall weather for most of this week, then rain likely Friday through Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, a dry and mild pattern through Thursday, then a pattern flip for Friday and beyond.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:49. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. We start off with the top 5 local stories that you need to know. First up, dozens gathered along Columbia Center Boulevard in Kennewick over the weekend as part of the No Kings Protest 2.0. It's a nationwide demonstration that called for balance and accountability in government. Organizers say the movement is about protecting democracy and ensuring checks and balances. Critics argue the events are politically motivated and risk deepening divisions. The protests were peaceful, and organizers say they plan to continue raising awareness. Benton County deputies responded to a 2-car crash near Bowles Road and Carlson Road in Findlay. Authorities say it was caused by inattention and distracted driving. The crash left both vehicles blocking the roadway, which prompted a quick response from emergency crews. 2 individuals were taken to a local hospital for observation and minor injuries. Officials say the driver at fault received a citation, and deputies are reminding drivers to stay alert and avoid distractions behind the wheel to prevent accidents like this in the future. And 2 dogs are safe after a house fire in Kittitas Valley Friday. Firefighters say it started under the home but was slowed by closed doors inside the house. This gave crews time to rescue the animals and get them to a hospital. Officials are reminding residents to keep interior doors closed and maintain heating equipment to help prevent fires this fall. Yakima County voters are weighing in on cannabis in unincorporated areas. Those are locations outside city limits like Terrace Heights. Now, previous advisory votes kept bans in place on both retail sales and large-scale cultivation. A yes vote maintains those restrictions, while a no vote would open the door to more cannabis shops and larger-scale growing operations. While the advisory vote doesn't legally bind the Board of Commissioners, it provides clear guidance on public sentiment. Voters have until 8 p.m. on November 4th to drop off their ballots. And the Columbia River Dog Park officially opened this past Saturday in Kennewick. This gives local pups a new 3-acre space to run, play, and socialize. The day kicked off with a ribbon cutting ceremony, followed by a dog costume contest that got both pets and owners into the Halloween spirit. The park is located along Columbia Park Trail, just east of the Playground of Dreams, and it provides ample green space for dogs of all sizes. City officials say it's a safe, fun area where dogs can play off-leash, and the park is open daily from sunrise to sunset for everybody in the community to enjoy. Turning now to your national headlines this morning, President Donald Trump says the Gaza ceasefire is holding despite dozens of fatalities during fighting yesterday. Vice President J.D. Vance says he or another administration official likely will head to Israel soon. That's after violence between Hamas and Israel in Gaza yesterday. 2 Israeli soldiers are among the dead, and Gaza hospitals say more than 40 people died in subsequent airstrikes. Sources familiar with plans for a U.S. delegation say 2 officials who helped broker the ceasefire deal might be involved. Their special envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, and Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. A senior Israeli official says Gaza humanitarian aid shipments are continuing today, following a pause yesterday. In your business news this morning, Instagram is rolling out new safety features for teenagers who use AI chatbots on the platform. The new features would allow parents to block their teens from having conversations with certain AI characters and send parents chat summaries. Instagram would also restrict chatbot conversations on issues such as self-harm, eating disorders, and sexual topics. AI chatbots have drawn scrutiny because of how some teenagers communicate with them as if they're human. Instagram parent Meta's chatbots have drawn criticism for engaging in sexual conversations with some underage user accounts. Meta, in a blog post, said it's a new safety feature. This will allow teens to use AI in a way that provides benefits with guardrails and oversight in place. Now to your health headlines, another cinnamon product has been recalled due to a possible lead contamination. The latest recall involves the Heyte brand cinnamon powder. It was sold in an 8-ounce square bottle with a best by date of February 9th, 2025. The product was sold at various supermarkets nationwide. The FDA says no injuries or illnesses have been reported in connection to this specific recall, but consumers should return the product to the store for a full refund. And in more health headlines, you may want to listen up if you have rice in your pantry. Ben's Original is recalling a limited number of its products because they may contain small stones. The recall applies only for its whole grain brown, long grain white, and long grain and wild ready rice products. They all have a best by date of August 2026, and the recalled products were sold at H-E-B, Target, United Markets, Amazon, and Piggly Wiggly. The company says they may contain small naturally occurring stones from the rice farm, and if consumed, the stones could pose a risk of oral or digestive tract injury. However, the company says no illnesses or injuries have been reported at this time. Talking sports now, the Mariners dropped Game 6 to Toronto, losing 6-2. Seattle had a few chances early, but couldn't bring runs home, and a few fielding errors helped the Blue Jays pull away. Now it all comes down to Game 7, the first in Mariners history, with the trip to the World Series on the line tonight in Toronto.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. All right, trending this morning now. If you haven't had breakfast yet, we have a suggestion. Oh, my favorite, chicken and waffles.
It's not too bad. Well, today celebrates a sweet and savory soul food favorite. Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles in Southern California founded the day in 2021, and now it's celebrated annually on October 20th.
I have an excuse to eat it this morning. Well, the pairing has been around for more than 150 years, and what's not to love about this tasty combination? Chicken and waffles is hearty, satisfying, sweet, and you can have it for breakfast or dinner. Or anytime, really.
Or lunch, yeah.
Yeah, anytime. It's a brunch item. That is my go-to brunch item. Do you have a go-to brunch?
I think it's chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles with a nice mimosa or screwdriver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Take me there.
I know, right? Let's go after the show. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, new research suggests feeding peanuts early could slash food allergies in kids by nearly 50%. We'll break down what this means for your child's health. And the Mega Millions jackpot keeps climbing. Now it's at a staggering $650 million. We'll tell you how high it's gone and when the next drawing is. It's all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we're tracking some very nice fall weather through Thursday. And then guess what? Another storm system just in time for the weekend. Everyone's favorite. So I'll talk about the impacts from that storm system, maybe even a little bit of snow for our mountain passes as well. So all that's going to be coming up at 6.